In this class, we are going to discuss about functions in C. Okay, so let me give a definition for function first, and then we are going to see a program with function concept in C. Okay, so what is this function? Function is nothing but a block of code, okay, that will be executed only when it is called. Okay, only when you call the function, at that time only the code that is given inside the function will be executed. Okay, and where we write this function code in our C program, it should be written outside of your main function. Okay, it should be written outside of your main function. Okay, and this function will be executed only when it is called. And also it can also pass parameters, values, or information from the main program to the function. Okay, and as you can see the slide, what's the main use of this function? Because of its reusability. Okay, wherever you want to execute a block of code, that block of code will be executed whenever we call it inside the main program. Fine. Okay, so let me give a syntax of how we can create a function in C program. So this is the syntax as you are seeing the slide. Void. Okay, the return type of the function followed by the name. Okay, followed by the name of the function. Any name can be given for a function. All the functions should have a return type and then followed by the name. Okay, so what's the return type given here in the syntax? It is void. Okay, the return type given here is void, and it can also be other data types like integer, or it can also be a character. So any data type can be given as a return type for a function. Okay, moving on to the further code in using this function concept. In this program, as you can see, we have given I have given the function definition in this C program. So what is this function definition? As you can see here, my function name is my function of. Okay, the function name that I have given in this C program is my function of. And what about this main program? In the main program, I have just called this function my function of. Okay, so whenever a compiler start to execute, always the execution starts with the first line that is given inside the main program. Okay, so in simple words, we can say the compiler will start to execute from the main program only. Okay, in case if you are calling any other function which is written outside of your main program, at the time only the compiler will move towards the code that is given outside. Till then, it will execute only the code that is given inside the main program. Okay, so here I have a function call. So there are three things that you have to be considered when we write this, when we use this function in C program. What are all they? The first thing, okay, so the first is function declaration. Okay, the first one is function declaration, and the next one is function definition followed by the function calling. Okay, so three things we have to consider for function. First one is function declaration, function calling, and function definition. Okay, see the main program. Here I have a main program, and inside the main program only, normally we write a function call. Okay, and then where we use this function definition, the function definition has to be written outside of the main program. Okay, so I have included my function definition above the main program. In case if you are writing this function definition after the main program, you have to declare the function before the main function. Okay, we just I just explain all the concept of how we can call and define the function. Once we see the practical session, you could understand more about this function concept. Fine. Okay, so in this example, I have just defined a function. This is my function definition, which I have simply printed a statement called I just got executed. From the main program, simply I'm calling that function. How do you call a function? By using its name. Okay, what is my function name? That is my function of. So it simply call this function and execute the code that is given inside the function definition. So what would be my output for this code? I just got executed. Okay, moving on to another one code. Okay, so as you can see this program, we have a main function. So this is my main function. I have a user defined function. I have a user-defined function that name is my function out. And code, the definition code is given inside. So what is my definition code? Okay, simply I am printing a statement. I just got executed. See the main program, I have 3 function call. Okay, I'm calling this function, my function for 3 times. So that code that is given, the code that is given inside the user-defined function will be executed for 3 times. If it is called for only once, then the code will be executed only once. The definition, the function definition code will be executed only once. Whereas when you see the main program, I'm actually calling the function for 3 times. So the code, this code that is given inside the function definition will be executed for 3 times. Okay, so this is how we can call a function. Okay, as you can see this code, the function definition is actually given before the main program. In case, if I'm including my function definition after the main program, additionally, you have to include one more line. Okay, you have to declare the function. Okay, you have to declare the function. Okay, when we see the code in practical session, you'll understand what is function declaration, function call, as well as function definition. Okay, I have explained you with an example program. Okay, so this is the example program to calculate the sum of numbers using function concept. Okay, so this is my main program. From the main program, simply I have simply I'm calling the function calculate sum of. Okay, now see the function definition. I have variables declared here. The variables are x equal to 5 and y equal to 10. Simply I am adding the value of x and y, storing it in another one variable called sum, simply printing it. Okay, so now see the main program. I'm calling that function calculate sum of. So the compiler will move here and execute the code. X equal to 5, x value will be assigned as 5 and y value will be assigned as 10. And what is the next line? I'm adding x and y values. Okay, so x and y values are added and assigned to the variable sum. After that, I am simply printing the value of sum. Okay, when you see the output, sum of x plus y is 15. Okay, after execute the code inside the function definition, the compiler will come back to the main program. Okay, to the place where it is called. The compiler will come back to the place where it is called. Okay, so this is the procedure of how the functions are executed. Fine. How the functions are executed. Now we are going to see a program. Okay, now we are going to see a program in online compiler with the concept of this function. Okay, let me open the online compiler first. Okay. Okay, as I told you, what are all the 3 factors you have to consider when you write this function concept in C? First one is function declaration. What is the second one? Function definition. And third one is function calling. Okay, now I'm going to write a code with this function concept of defining this function first. Okay, let me give you the code inside the main program. So I'm going to write a code to find out what even or odd numbers. Okay, I'm going to write a code to find out the given number is even or odd. Okay, so for finding out the even and odd, at first you have to know a number. Okay, so let me give the function name as void calculation. My function name is calculation. Okay, or even you can give it as calculates. Okay, calculate. My function name is calculate. Okay, so inside my function, I'm going to declare a number. I'm going to declare a variable number in which I'm going to get it from the user. Okay, %d, comma, ampersand number. I'm going to get this number value from the user. Before that, let me give a printf statement. Printf, enter the number. Okay, enter the number. Fine. Okay, so once the user enter the number, that will be received in the variable number. Okay, now I have to check whether the given number is even or odd. So what is the logic to check whether the given number is even number or odd number? Okay, if a particular number is divisible by 2, we can say that number, the given number is an even number. If it is not divisible at all, we can say that given number is an odd number. Okay, so I'm going to check whether the given number is divisible. How do you check whether a particular number is divisible or not? By using the modulo symbol. Okay, when we use the modulo symbol, okay, say for example 4 modulus 2. Okay, this modulus will give you the remainder value. Okay, the same like division operation only, but then instead of slash, the division slash, if you use modulus, okay, that will give you the remainder value. So 4 modulus 2 is 0. 4 is actually divisible by 2. So we'll get the remainder as 0. So I'm going to use that logic here. Number modulus 2 equal to 0 and check that number value whether it is divisible by 2. If it is divisible, what should I return? See, what should I print? The given number is, okay, simply I'll give even number. Okay, even number. The given number is even number. Else print of, okay, odd number. The given number is odd number. Fine. So this is the logic to check whether the given number is even number or odd number. Fine. Okay, moving on to the main program. So from the main program, I need to call that function. What is my function name? What is my function name? Calculate of. Okay, I need to call this function. If I call only, then if I call the function, then only the code that is given inside will be executed. Otherwise, it will not even consider the code that is given inside the function definition. Always the compiler start to execute the code from the main program. Okay, so from the main program, I need to call that function, and my function name is calculate of. Okay, so calculate, and okay, I'm simply calling the function calculate of. Okay, so when this function execute this calculate of code, what it will do, it will come to the function definition and execute the code that is given here. Okay, so int number, I'm just getting the number value from the user using scanf function, checking whether the number is divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2, it will give you even. If it is not, okay, the output will be printed as odd number. Okay, let me run this code. Okay, so there is a mistake in semicolon. Okay, let me run it again. So it is asking a number. I'm giving the input as 23. Since it is 23, I'll get the output as odd number. If I give the output as, okay, if I give the output as 10, I'll get the output as even number. So this is how we can call a function from the main program. In case, if I give my definition, okay, if I give my definition after the main program, okay, after the main program, what it will do? Okay, if I give my function after the main program, what it will do? You have to declare. Okay, you have to declare the function here, telling that telling to the compiler that I have included a function after the main code. Okay, so void function of. Okay, if you have included the function definition after the main program, okay, you have to include the function declaration before the main function, telling the compiler that I have included, that I have used this function after the main program. So what are the 3 factors you have to consider for a function? Function declaration, followed by function calling and function definition. Okay, the main 2 things are function definition and calling, function calling. If you have included the function definition after the main program, bar you have to declare the function first before the main function after your header file. Okay, so 3 factors: function declaration, function definition, and function calling. Okay, so in case if I want to pass argument values, say for example, instead of getting the value here, in case if you want to pass this value from the main program, this is also can be done with parameter passing. Okay, with parameter passing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the value from get this user input from the main program. So enter number. So after I get the value from the user, I'm going to pass this value to the function definition. So calculate of number, and here I need to get that number value. So since I have passed, okay, since I am passing the value from the main program to the function definition, okay, the function declaration has also to be mentioned with the data type. Since I am passing integer value from the function call to the definition, in the function declaration also you have to specify what kind of data you are going to pass from the main program to the function definition. That has to be specified here. So int of and int number. Okay, now this code will execute. I am getting error, int number of. Okay, so since we are planning, okay, let me run this code in another one compiler. So what is the concept of function? Function, okay, whenever you call the function, at that time only it will execute the block of code that is given inside the function definition. Till then it will not execute. Okay, it will not execute. Okay, the function name is okay, it's actually printing, but then my function name is calculate of, but then here I have given the function of. So calculate of int, calculate of number. Okay, now run the code. Okay, it's asking about the, so this is my output. It's asking the input value. So even number, let me change it here also. So my function name is calculate of. So that has to be declared here. So calculate int of. So when I run this code now, it will execute. Okay. So it's asking the input value. So since I have given the input value as 3, the output displayed here is the given number is an odd number. Okay. So what are the 3 main factors you have to consider for a function? Function declaration, function definition, and function calling. Okay. So that's all about the functions.